Ooh, you're okay. Okay. So mainly what I want to talk about is I want to start implementing something that Sarah's been doing with her team, and it's working really well. So she has like her team chat, like with like all of her team. And then she does one-on-one chats with everyone in her downline. So like I do it with like my personally enrolled people. Like I have them in a chat with like whoever I placed them under. But she literally does it with everyone. So like Michaela, for instance, like you just enrolled some new distributors this month. So like it would be me, you, and one of them in one chat, and then me, you, and the other one of them in another chat. And they pretty much use those chats to ask questions. I'm getting super overwhelmed with the Team Stone chat. Like there's so many screenshots and like so many getting sent out one time that like I feel like questions are like slipping through the cracks because I can't keep up with all of them. So I was kind of just like talking to her about this last night and about like how that's working for her team. And I think that it's something we should try, and we should give it like a good like month and see how it works, like just having that one-on-one. So basically it would then be making it easier for you guys to like check in with everyone every day. You're fine. And like they could just send their screenshots in there so that like no one's getting forgotten about, and like that there's not like messages because I know that like not everyone's questions are all getting answered. Like there's sometimes I'll like go in the chat and like 10 screenshots got sent in like a matter of like 20 minutes, and it's super overwhelming for me. I don't know if any of you guys are getting overwhelmed with that. Or any of you getting overwhelmed with all those screenshots? No, not really. You've been doing a really good job, like staying on top of it, Michaela, and helping. How do you pronounce that girl's name? I'm gonna unmute you. How do you pronounce?
I honestly have no idea. I mean, I think some people call her Nikki. I think it's Norkis. I don't know. I've never like heard her say it before, so I don't really know. But
call her Nikki.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I never asked her like if that's okay, but like she has like this Plum found me so that she can like save up money to get a new apartment or whatever. It's like GoFundMe.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
So she put Nikki. So I mean, I'll ask her if we can call her that instead.
Anyways, she sent so many screenshots.
I know.
I'm like, the girl's killing it, but like I can't keep up. I'm like, can you send one at a time?
Right.
So I want to do that. So after this, if you guys want to make one-on-one chats with everyone on your team, that's working. And then also, we're just going to like work with them in that chat for getting their first 4 customers. And I want you guys to send everyone an executive chart. So I don't know if you guys watched the video that I sent, the Jade's video. So you want to be a leader. I sent it in the chat the other day. I don't know if you guys watched it. It's super good. It's a Periscope that she did like back when Periscope was a thing. But I want everyone to know like what the executive chart is. I want them to see like, okay, this is your first goal after you get your 4 customers is to like get boxed for this promotion, and then understand like what a 400 box is, like what that means to be a 400 box, how you need 2 400 boxes, you know, like what they need by that. They both need to be at 400 by the end of the month for the promotion to happen, and to know like that's their first goal. Like they got 4 customers, now they should be focusing like on finding like, you know, still obviously for customers and stuff, but we don't want people to just like join and like not promote. Did you just poop? Dad, he just pooped. Can you change him? Mm-hmm. Are you pooping on me? So we want them to get customers, like, but we want them to go to the next level. Like I want to start seeing you guys promote. Some of you guys have been in the company for a while and haven't hit your first promotion yet, or like haven't gotten past Ruby, and what if it's been 2 months and they still have their first 4 customers themselves? I mean, then they're still working on getting 4 customers. I mean, I don't think that anyone, and like, correct me if anyone thinks that this is like not, if you don't agree with this, but I don't think like if you haven't been able to personally get 4 customers by yourself, like there's no way that you're going to be able to help like sign on a distributor and help them get their first 4 customers, you know? So if they're like, it's different if you're like placing under them, but then at that point, like I wouldn't be putting them in a chat together. Like I would just be training the new distributor. So like if I just enrolled someone, they're brand new and they haven't gotten their customers yet and they've not enrolled any customers, then like I'm not gonna have them training a new distributor if I place it under them for like my chart. You know what I mean? So once they get their first 4 customers, then I want you to like show them the executive chart and be like, okay, this is your first promotion that you're gonna hit. Like this is, you know, the average income for this. These are, you know, these 2 boxes represent 2 people. This 400 GV, you know, is equivalent to pretty much $400 in sales, yada, 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 and explain that whole thing to them. And then just like every day be checking in with all of your distributors one-on-one, like in those chats, checking in with them, helping them set a goal for the day and just like cheering them on and encouraging them. I'm going to make like a 6 list to and like save it. Like I'm gonna make one in WordSwag of just like 6 income producing activities that you should be doing. Hi, Anthem boy. Throughout the day to like grow your business, so that we can give that to our DTs, like our girls that are under us, and they can like have an idea of what they should be doing on a daily basis so that they can be successful in this business. I was having a conversation with a leader that's not on our team, and she said, you know, a lot of the reason what she's found why people quit is that like they just don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They have no direction. So if you're setting goals, like if you're giving them tasks and showing them what they should be doing every day, then like, and then giving them the encouragement to do it, then they're more likely to work and not quit. So I want to start implementing that. And Sarah, you're unmuted, so you can, no, not Siri. My phone thought I was talking to her. She just popped up.
Yeah, do you want me to like go over how the chats kind of work for my team and how we check in?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay. So this is like a good refresher for those of you that are on here that are on my team, because I think this is something that we could all be improving on. So the purpose of these like smaller chats is to get a more one-on-one approach with training your new people. You can get to know them a little bit better and kind of like target the training based on what they need. So the biggest thing that I've learned since like we started doing this is you can't motivate people, but the more you encourage them and the more you support them, the more likely they are to be self-motivated and to do well in this business. So when a new distributor starts on my team, let's say I place them under another leader, I would get them in a chat with that other leader. And the first thing we're going to do in that chat is get to know that new distributor. So send them a message asking them like, why did you join this business? You know, what are your income goals? Do you work? Are you in school? I mean, don't send that all in one message, but you know, just kind of talk to them, have a conversation, get to know them. Because they didn't join this business to be a box on your chart. They joined this business for them. Like they had reasons for joining, and the more quickly you can get to know those reasons, the better you're able to help them hit those goals. And again, like, you're here to be supporting them. So you want them to succeed for them, not just for you to succeed, if that makes sense. So first you'll get to know them. And then the next thing is, on my team, we keep it very goal oriented. So exactly what Asia was just saying. So like, their first goal when they start is to get 4 loyal customers. So pretty much everything we do in the beginning is to help them hit that goal. So like sending out messages, sending screenshots, stuff like that. And then from there, so after their first day, a leader is checking in with them every single day in that chat. And I think this is where like the biggest misconception is. A lot of people for their check-ins will just message and say like, hey, how are you? How's it going? If somebody's brand new and they're in their first, I mean, even in their first month, but certainly in their first couple of days, they have no idea how it's going. They have no idea how they're doing. They just don't know enough. So you need to have your check-ins be way more specific. So it's going to differ person to person, but one that I use a lot, especially in the beginning, is I ask them like, how's the messaging going? Do you feel like you have more people to message, or are you starting to run out? And then when they answer that, I can kind of gauge where they are. If they're starting to run low on people to message, then we can talk about growing their followers. Or, ask them if they've been sending a lot of screenshots, ask how their conversations are going, tell them how amazing it is that they've been screenshotting and like how they're doing such an awesome job. So you want to be like celebrating what they're doing and encouraging them and just building them up. And when you have 2 leaders in a chat with each person, you have 2 people that can just pour into this person and tell them how amazing they are. Another thing that we've been doing on my team the last couple weeks is when somebody's new and they say like, well, what should I post? We have them send a screenshot of their Instagram, or if we notice they haven't posted in a few days, we'll message in the chat and say like, hey, Nicole, send me a screenshot of your Instagram. Let's get a post up today. And then we can look at their Instagram and see like, okay, they just did a product post. We don't want to do another product post, and we can explain that to them, because then your profile starts to look spammy. And then we can kind of just walk them through that process in the beginning. Something else, if you feel like you're running out of things to say in your check-ins, you can ask them what they're struggling with. If that's something you do, I would give them a list of options, because if you just say, what are you struggling with? They're going to be like, everything. I have no idea. So you can say like, okay, is there anything you're struggling with? Are you having trouble with growing your network? Getting responses, sealing the deal, kind of like that. And then they'll start thinking about like, okay, where am I having trouble? And you can go from there. But again, you don't want to just be messaging and saying, hey, how are you? Hey, how's it going? Because that's not an effective way to check in. I'm on my phone, so I don't know if I can see the chat, but do you guys have any questions about that so far? Asia, if anyone asks anything, can you read it to me? Okay. And then the next big thing, I kind of touched on this, is like celebrate every little thing. I think for new distributors, it's very easy to get discouraged. If they get started, they feel like they should get a customer right away. Those of us who have been in this business a while, we know that that's not the case. It takes some people, a full 30 days to get 4 customers. It might take a couple days or a week to get your first customer. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's just, sometimes that's how it is. So just by encouraging them and telling them how amazing they're doing when they're sending screenshots, so that they don't feel like their success is tied to their enrollments in the beginning, that's super encouraging. And then through these small chats, we can build layered leadership. So let's say I'm currently trying to promote to Ruby and I'm building an executive under me. So I sign a distributor up, and Nicole on my team's been killing it. I'm going to use her as my executive. So I'm going to place this distributor under Nicole. I can message Nicole and say, hey, Nicole, I'm putting so-and-so under you. You're going to be helping me train her. How do you feel about this? Are you ready? And she'll say like, yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to have a team. So then I can explain to Nicole how these small chats are going to work, and how Oliver stop, and how she's going to be checking in, and kind of walk her through this process too. The more clear you are with your emerging leaders about what you're expecting, or like what you're hoping to see in these chats, the more successful they're going to be. I made the mistake in the beginning of just telling everyone like, just check in with your team, and didn't really make it clear, like, don't just say, hey, how's it going? And that was a problem for a while. So every chat is like an individual chat. So like, let's say I enroll Courtney and I'm going to place her under Nicole. I would create a chat with me, Nicole, and Courtney, introduce Courtney to Nicole, and then we can start to get to know Courtney in this chat, right? And like help her get started, everything like that. Courtney's still in my big team chat. And the reason why I still have my big team chat is because most everyone on my team has a full-time job or they're in school. So there is going to be times when there's not going to be a response in the smaller chats. Then they can go ask in the big chat and get a response there from someone else. So, and now I have a chat with Courtney and Nicole because I've placed Courtney under Nicole. So now I enroll a girl named Amanda, right? So I'm going to place Amanda under Nicole. I'm going to start a totally separate chat for Nicole and Amanda because the purpose of that chat is to support Amanda. Does that make sense? So you're having individual chats with multiple leaders. And then as you keep building further down on your chart, you'll end up kind of building new leaders. I don't know who asked that, but did that answer your question? Oh, okay. I found the chat. Do we have a one-on-one chat and then a chat? Yeah, so you'd have the one-on-one chat and then like the full team chat. Like I think you guys, if you're on my team, you're in the Dream Team chat. If you're on Asia's team, you're like in the Team Stone chat. So they'd be in that team chat plus a one-on-one chat with you and another leader.
I think what Michaela is asking. So Michaela, so like, okay, so you would be in a chat, me, you, and Beatrice, right? And then Beatrice signs up Samantha. So then you and Beatrice and Samantha are all going to be just in one chat. And you're going to be helping Beatrice train Samantha in that chat, but we're still going to have our own chat with just Beatrice.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's going to be one chat that's just you, one other leader, and one person under you. Does that make sense? Okay.
Do you guys have any questions about like how that works or how you should be checking in or anything like that? I kind of just went through that kind of fast.
I'm trying to make it so that people can unmute themselves.
Oh.
Courtney, I know that you struggle with the time difference, and that's what
I have a girl on Guam on my Jackie, are you on here?
she is.
Okay, so that's like something that we have to deal with because I don't know, is Guam a similar time difference to you, Courtney? It's like tomorrow there, I think.
Yeah,
So,
it's tomorrow morning. It's what, like 11 in the morning where you are?
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are on the same time zone actually. So, I don't know. It's like never really been an issue, I don't feel like. Right, Jackie, would you say like it just hasn't been an issue because we haven't let it be an issue? You know, she checks in with her team in the chats. Her team, she's got 1 or 2 people in Guam, the rest are in like the US or Canada. So definitely a big time difference, but she just checks in when she can. And she's sleeping when it's daytime here, but I'm around and I can be in the chats then. And if I can't be, they message in our big team chat. So as long as Jackie's able to like message them to check in every day, it's fine. It's not really an issue. Like if you psych yourself out and like think like this time difference is going to kill me, it's probably going to become an issue. Just don't even worry about it. Don't think about it. Just like check in like you would normally and it'll be fine. Oh yeah, that's true. So like Jackie's always catching up. She like, hold on, let me catch up, and she'll go back through and like read what she missed. But I mean, it's really like probably the least of the problems we've had with it.
Another thing that I wanted to like just stress again, and I just know from talking to other leaders and from our Diamond Zooms and stuff like that, personal development and mindset, like what Sarah just said, your mindset, like if you think in your head like that it's gonna mess you up, then it's gonna mess you up. Mindset is so huge. So just like, okay, so the month that I had Nash, so May, Mark announced like the bonuses or whatever. And I like messaged Jade and I was like, Jade, like I'm going to go double this month while I have a baby. And then like, I was like, there's no freaking way I'm going double. Like I can't do it. Like there's no way it's going to happen this month. And it probably could have happened if I didn't say that, because in May I needed less volume than what I needed in June to promote. So June rolled around and Mark extended the bonuses, and I would say for the first, my chart wasn't full. We needed like a few distributors still, and a lot of volume, like 3,800 I needed, I think, something like that. And I would say like the first like 10 days of the month, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm going double this month, but like I really didn't believe that I was going double. And it shows in my enrollments because I started personal developing around that time, and just saying my affirmations and being like, hey, like I am going double, like I can totally do this. Like this is doable. My team's working. Like we can do this. We're going to do it together. And I see it in my enrollments because I have everything written down to like check in with my loyal customers. And like in a couple days from now, like there's one day that I have to message like 5 people because I enrolled like so many LCs in one day. And it really is just like, I started just personal developing, just telling myself like, okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. So this month I just keep telling myself like, okay, I'm going to pop a diamond this month. I'm going to pop a diamond this month. And I'm just going to keep saying it. And I'm just going to keep messaging. And I'm just going to keep listening to personal development and just saying like, okay, like I know I can do this. If any of you guys have Amazon Prime, Audible is doing like a 3-month thing where it's only $5 a month for the next 3 months. So I just bought Audible again, and that if you have Prime, it comes with 1 free credit every month. So for $5 a month for the next 3 months, you can download a free book. Any book, doesn't matter how much it costs. And then they also have books that you can just download for free to listen to. So I just downloaded the 10X rule, or 10 times. I don't really know what it's called. I think it's by Grant Cardone. And we started listening to it today. It's really good. It is on YouTube. I guess Sarah Neerman told me that she's listening to it and it's read out through the chapters. So she just listens 20 minutes a day or for one chapter. But you can find books. I just like the other night we did a working Zoom. Some of you guys got on. And I just played like old videos of like Jade and Carrie, like not like so much trainings where like, they're like showing you how to do this or like how to enroll customers or like how to do this, more like motivational speaking, like fire you up type of trainings where like that, they just were like pouring into whoever was listening. Even stuff like that, just every day listen to something. I've been starting my day off like that, and it's really made like a huge difference in my mindset. And I just feel like really confident about my business and our team, and like just like growing and being a better leader and like helping build better leaders and just like all of it. So I'm just like really excited for like the next 6 months, like what we're going to do to end this year. We have 6 months left of the year, and like I know all of you guys can be diamond by the end of the year if you want to be. Like it's just like getting your mind right and like then just going out there and putting in the action. So
can I add one more thing about personal development? So
yeah.
The goal of these chats, like I was saying before, is like really to be pouring into your team. And if you're not doing personal development, if you're not feeling like confident in your own business, if you're not feeling poured into in some way, like if your own cup's not full, you're going to have so much trouble pouring into your team. Like I can tell just by looking at what's happening in like the chats, who on my team is doing personal development and who isn't, because it comes through very easily in like how they work with their team. So if you're going to be pouring into your team, make sure that you're getting something for you too. Otherwise it's going to be a really big struggle.
And also one thing that we just kind of talked about on the Diamond Zoom today. So we did a mom boss training today on the Diamond Zoom. Sarah, did you get on?
I got on for like 3 minutes and my Wi-Fi was awful, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna hop.
So pretty much I asked in the Diamond Bag yesterday, I was like, who's got kids and is enrolling like 5 to 10 distributors consistently every month? So Jade's like, let's do a mom training, like how to balance your life when you have children and whatever. And one of the big things that Courtney Lavey said, and I know we're all super guilty of this, so this is just why I'm bringing this up, is she said, well, so I specifically asked, I'm just going to say it because I don't care, because whatever, I don't care. I was like, I feel like my lifestyle isn't attractive, and that's why I don't enroll as many distributors as some of these girls that have these really extravagant lifestyles, who are like just like mass enrolling and just like, it's insane. It's like distributors falling out of the sky. And Jade brought up a good point. She was like, not everyone wants that kind of life. Like the average mom that is a hot mess 90% of the time, and like their kid is shitting on the floor, and like, someone's like drawing with crayon on the walls, like, their life is just a hot mess with kids. Like they're gonna look at those people and be like, that could never be my life. Like there's no relatability there. And Courtney Lavey was like, the biggest thing she said was like, she had to just like stay in her own lane. Like she knew what works for her. And your kid shit on the floor today? Okay, because Mandy's kid shit on the deck the other day. And he locked her out of the house. It's not good. Kids are crazy. I don't hope Nash never shits on my floor. I'm sure it'll happen at some point because it's what happens, right? Craziness. So anyways, so she was like I had to just remind myself to just like stay in my lane. Like I know what works for me, and I know that like the people that like are going to be attracted to, my life are going to be people that I'm going to be able to work with better because they're going to relate to me. And that was just like a huge, like, oh yeah, like that's so true. So try hard not to compare yourself to what's going on with other people around you, and just like keep your head down and focus on what's going on with you and your team. I know that we all do it. So I'm just putting that out there because I've been doing a lot of it at the beginning of this month, actually. And I think it's why my month is starting off kind of not so great. I need to like personal develop and get over myself real quick and like remember that I went double last month with a newborn, literally. So, just like put your head down and focus on what's going on with you and your team and growing that, because comparing yourself to what's going on over there and over there isn't doing anything to build your business. That's all I got. You feel like that's your weakness right now. All of us do it.
Get in your own heads?
All of us do it. We get in our own heads and we start comparing ourselves to other people. I do it all the time. There's girls Cassie Westland started this company a month before me, and she's the number 2 income earner in the business. And it took me 3 years to go to double. But that's just my journey. My journey is just different than hers. The girl works her ass off. That's how she got to number 2, So, we can all get there, but when I just started paying attention to what was going on my chart and what I needed to do, that's when I made things happen. So,
drop off at 10, pick up at 4.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know it's hard, but just try not to do it, because you're on your own path. Your life is your life. Your business is your business. And like, what's going on over here, what's going on over there, it has nothing to do with what like you're doing. And you focusing on that is just taking energy and attention away from you doing income producing activities. Sarah, do you have anything to add to that? Oh, you can't unmute yourself. I tried to make it so that everyone could unmute themselves, but it's not working. Wait, I unmuted you.
Can you hear
There
me?
you go. Yes.
That was something I struggle with a lot, like comparing myself and like, you know, just feeling like I wasn't doing a good enough job or like I wasn't rolling as much as other people. But I'm not kidding. You guys like are probably gonna roll your eyes, but since I started manifesting, like it has made me stop comparing myself. Like I tell myself every day that I'm like a master roller, that I'm the best, that my team's amazing. And it's just made me like speaking those things out loud. I actually write it down more than I say it out loud. Like I have sticky notes all over my house that say like, I'm a mass DT enroller, I enroll rock stars, stuff like that. Since I started telling myself that and speaking it out into existence, sorry, my dogs are psychotic. I'm just gonna leave the room for a second. Let them kill each other in here. But since I started doing that, it was like a huge change for me in my business. Like I really started focusing on the words that I was saying and believing them, and I didn't really care if like someone else was enrolling more than me because I felt super good about what I was doing, if that makes sense. So I don't know how many of you like actually manifest stuff, but it's seriously very helpful with your mindset. That's all I got.
I've been trying to manifest. I've been praying. That's a new thing for me.
Yeah.
That's a new thing for me because I'm not at all a religious
But
person.
that's like good too because
I wasn't anyways. I don't know. Maybe I am
Yeah.
now. Apparently. I've been talking to God all week, so I must be.
it's a similar concept though. It's like speaking stuff out into existence. But like speaking goals and like what you're hoping to accomplish out into existence is so helpful. Like it's gonna help a lot with the comparison thing and like feeling like you're not enough. Yeah, putting it out into the universe.
There's a wicked good book that you guys should read. Even if you don't read, I'm not a huge reader, but it was a really easy read, and I actually read it the month that I went diamond. I'm trying to see who is the author. It's called Just Ask the Universe by Michael Samuels. And it was a super easy read, and it was so good. I need to read it again. I have it on Kindle. I really should read it again. It was so good, but it's all it's like putting stuff out into the universe and the law of attraction and all of that, but it's not like The Secret. Like actually he like talks about The Secret in there and how like he got part of, you know, his like system from that, but like there's just hi Emmy, there's just like different stuff to it. So it was a really good book, and it was a super fast read. I read it in like a week, and I don't read, so put that in the chat so I can remember. Yes. Are you in my chat or in Sarah's chat? I don't know who iPhone is because it just says iPhone.
Asia, do you know if Jade's going to post the Zoom?
The mom Zoom?
Yeah, because I think some girls on my team would.
She didn't record it.
Oh, it looked like it was recording when I hopped on.
It was, and then she lost service. I don't think it was your Wi-Fi that was messed up. It was hers.
Oh.
So she switched and got on her phone, and then it wasn't recording, and I wish that it did because it was really good. But I could get Courtney and Kristen on a Zoom. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that because they're pretty much the ones that talk most of the time. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I'll ask the moms if they'll do a Zoom for moms. But basically the most of what they said was that like they pretty much during the day, you know, their kids get their attention when they're awake. So they just are super what's the word that I want to use? They're super, what's the word I want to use? Super what with their time? No, it's not coming out of my mouth. Anyways, they're super like.
I know the word you're thinking of, but I can't
say it. It's not coming out of my mouth. But anyways, basically like when their kids are sleeping, they're like, super efficient with their time.
intentional with their time?
Intentional, yes. They're very intentional with their time. That was the word I was looking for. So when their kids are sleeping, if they know, like Courtney said, she put Riker on a schedule right away. So she put him on a schedule right away. So every day he naps from this time to this time for 2 hours. And during that time, she works her business because when he's awake, he's demanding her attention. He's a toddler. When he goes to bed at night, she stays up and works. So I guess what they do on their team, because Kristen Kirkendall is under her. So Kristen's kids don't wake up till 8. So every morning at 6 o'clock, she gets up, makes a coffee, and she does a working Zoom from 6:30 in the morning until whenever her first kid wakes up, and then they all get off Zoom. And then at night when the kids go down, they do another working Zoom. So they're just super intentional with their time before and after, like, the kids are sleeping. So that during the day they can play with their kids, give their kids attention, whatever. I mean, we have so many tools now with like text replacement and being able to like all of our stories say,
and like Captivate and
yeah, like we have Captivate that can follow for us. Like everyone needs to download Captivate. I told everybody to tell their girls to download it. If they can't afford to pay for it, I'll Venmo them the money to pay for it. Like, because if you're not running the cloud, like you're screwed pretty much. Like you're not going to get followers. That's what I found. I waited like 6 months to download the cloud, and I should have downloaded it 6 months ago because I'd probably have 10,000 followers by now. Like I'm just about to hit 7,000 finally.
yay.
But it's literally like only because of the cloud, because I can follow 19 people at a time. So if you don't know what the cloud does, basically you can load like 1,000 people into your cloud queue, and then oh yeah, explain the app. Okay. So Captivate. So Courtney just came back and already came back like a few days ago and already enrolled 2 distributors because she's super awesome like that. So Captivate is an app for following. So it's only for iPhone though. So you have to have an iPhone to have it. You go in, so you would like pick the account that you want to follow from. So like I follow from this mom blog. So I would go to her page just like I would normally, click on the likes on the last picture, and I'll load like 1,000 of them to select them all. I'll select them, click follow, it'll follow 19, and then it will ask what to do with the rest of the followers that I selected. And I click add to the cloud queue, and every like 90 seconds the app follows a person that's in the cloud, and it just throughout the day just continually follows for you. And you don't have to have the app open, so it literally just follows all day for you. And then at night you have like 50 to 100 follower requests. I let Jamie's get up to 300. I had to go through, I just turned his account to public and let all the people just follow him because I couldn't go through the 300 people. I just couldn't do it. And I'm like, whatever, if there's someone in there that wants to steal my potentials on this account, I don't even care. Like at that point, I was like, there's way too many people. So anyways, I made a video and it's in the Team Stone page on how to use Captivate, how to use OneNote. I went over Zoom like briefly, and how to use Perfect 365 and PicTapGo for editing pictures. So the YouTube link is on the Team Stone page. I put it in there. So you can tag your new girls in it so that they know how to use the app, because everyone like doesn't understand how to use Captivate. I didn't understand how to use it. So I'm like, I'm just going to make a video how to do this less complicated. But anyways, yeah, it's a really good app because you can only follow 19 people at a time on Instagram now. And that sucks because I can't go into Instagram every 5 minutes and follow 19 people because I don't have time for that shit. Pretty much. So anything else you want to add before we hop off here? Does anyone have any questions? Does everyone feel good about what we're doing with the chats? when we have if you guys want to go make those. So like individual chats with each person. I would say that at least the people that are on here are not on Sarah's downline. If any of your DTs DT under them right now, I'm assuming it's because you placed them under them. And we just like try to implement that layered leadership yet. Like they're not, everyone's so new, they're not ready to like train anybody yet.
Can I add something quickly?
Yeah.
So when I first started implementing these chats, it was like really tough for the first week or two. It was especially hard implementing them with people who had been in the business for a little while, even if they had just been in the business for like 3 weeks or a month. Just getting them to like transition to using the chats, getting the leaders to transition to checking in with their teams in the chats. It was really tough. But the kinks started to work out as we went. And then since then, whenever I like sign a new distributor, I immediately put them in a chat with me and either the leader I place them under, or if another one of my leaders enroll, like, so Nicole, I'm going to use you as an example. Nicole's on my team. If Nicole enrolled a DT and kept them in her top line, she would create a chat with me, her, and the DT. And we would work together with that DT immediately right from when they start. So moving forward, as you enroll DTs, it gets a lot easier when you implement the chats right from the beginning, because that's all they know in this business. So with your existing DTs, it might be a little more challenging, but don't give up on it after like 2 to 3 days. I made that mistake. So the first time I like heard about doing this, Sarah Neerman told me about it at conference. She said that's how she like worked with her team. And I remember saying to her like, oh, that's not going to work for me. Like, I'm a teacher. I can't use my phone all day. Like, that'll never work. But I tried it for like 2 days and gave up and was like, no, this isn't working. And then the second time I tried it was the month I went diamond. Yeah. So April, and gave it like a week and it just started working really well. So give it a chance. Don't get discouraged if it like feels really hard or frustrating or overwhelming the first couple of days. It's going to work itself out.
Can I ask you something, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Just about this. So like say like I enrolled Michaela a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like still working on getting comfortable with LC conversations. And I enroll like, but like where she is on my chart, like I'm gonna build her as a Ruby. Like at what point would you connect her with the people that are under her?
So I personally don't do it until they've at least enrolled 4 customers on their own. So like if Michaela's enrolled 4 customers, sorry, I'm gonna go out here. If like Michaela had enrolled 4 customers on her own, I'd probably get her involved in the chat, unless like she's not reliable. So like let's say you have someone that they don't even answer you when you check in every day, or they're like not responsive. It takes a couple days to get back to you. Like I wouldn't. Well, you probably wouldn't be building them at that point, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I can't even trust them to respond to me, and like be coachable in their own business, I'm not going to get them involved with leading someone else. But
It's like a judgment call based on the person.
Yeah. So like usually if they've gotten their first 4 customers, they're excited, they're pumped up. And I feel like maybe they're not like a great DT right now, but if like I can kind of mold them into being a good leader, plus like I'm in the chats too, so really all I'm asking them to do is like kind of check in. Sorry, my dogs are really annoying. For the first couple of days, especially like when you're building a new leader, I model for them in the chat what it's going to look like. So like I'll be the one checking in with that DT the first couple of days, and then after like 2-3 days that they've seen me checking in, I'll encourage them to take over. So I might message them and say like, hey Michaela, can you check in with Samantha today? Like I can give you a message if you need me to, and kind of go from there. Does that make sense?
Someone tell you like, I'm not comfortable with that, I don't want to be involved yet?
I'm trying to think. I have to like
ask them beforehand, like if you place distributors under someone, do you like ask them like, hey, can I put you in a chat with this person?
Yeah, so sorry.
Like, are you ready to, what does that conversation look like?
So before, I hope I don't set off an alarm. Before I place like a DT under someone, I'll message them and say like, hey, do you feel ready to start growing a team? and they'll either say yes or no. And I've never had someone tell me no, because at the point where I'm placing under them, they've gotten like at least 4 customers, and they're usually pretty pumped up. So they say yes, and I'll say like, okay, great, I just signed a distributor. I'm going to put her under you, and I'm going to start a chat with you, me, and her, and I'm going to be helping you like learn how to train her. Like, I'm going to be showing you how to train her. So don't worry, the first couple of days, like, I'm going to handle it. But as we go forward, I'm going to kind of like adjust you into it, kind of thing. Just kind of explain like quickly how it's going to look, and like keep it very low key, like no big deal. Like, I'm going to be helping you through it every step of the way.
I mean,
And then,
it is low key. Like, we all just become friends.
yeah, it's so low key. Like, so can you, she's
What? Yeah. Shit, it's not working. There we go.
Okay, so for the chats, so you said it's gonna be you, Beatrice, and me, and then so I have Natasha and Brittany underneath Beatrice. Should I make chats for them, or should I just leave them by themselves? Like, since he hasn't really been talking to them.
Are they working?
Yeah.
All of them are? Like, Beatrice is working?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is. Me and you will have a conversation when we're not on here.
Okay. But will you be in all the chats also? Like, so when you enroll a new person and you put them underneath somebody, like say I put somebody underneath Beatrice, like would it be you, Beatrice, me, and that other person?
If you want me in,
And then once you get another person, you would start a new chat
This might
without that first person you enrolled? I don't know.
Like, end up with
Does that make sense?
like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So my ultimate goal is to end up with as few layers as possible. So once I've like, all right, so like when I was building my diamond chart, it would be like me, the emerald, the ruby, the 400 box. But now I've gotten to the point where like my emerald and ruby are really taking off as leaders. So as their team grows, I'm not in their chats anymore. So like Corey's team, I'm not in any of her chats, that unless it's like somebody I personally enrolled and placed in that leg. But if one of her distributors enrolls someone, it's just like Corey, the leader, and that distributor. Those are the 2 leaders with the distributor. But I mean, it's going to take a little while to get to that point. You kind of have to like build leaders, and once the leaders are comfortable with like being the leaders in the chat without extra support, you can kind of go from there. So I like don't get too caught up in like which leaders are in which chats. Like, you're going to kind of feel it out as you go. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I mean, it could leg of your chart might be different depending on the leaders that you have, and like how strong they are, how quickly they pick up on this. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have any other questions before we pop off of here? Because my baby's waking up again.
If my dog's probably like chewed apart my bedroom while I'm
The stove's probably turned on. Oh my god. All right. Well, I recorded this, and then I feel like I can't